What's happening, FreshBaked? We got a construction update for you guys. We're back at DCA, back in a park live, and that means we can do live construction updates again. We've got things to cover, actually. I was surprised to find out that there are people here. Hi, guys, how are you? I was surprised to find out that there are more people here. Hi, guys. That there's actual construction happening here at DCA. As a matter of fact, this happened right here. These are the walls in front of Avengers Campus, and they have repainted these walls to reflect the new Black Widow film coming out. The Taskmaster, I believe, did I get him? Did I lose him in frame? Where is he? There it is. The Taskmaster is the villain in the Black Widow film. There's your Black Widow. And then you've got the Red Guardian right here. Black Widow stuff. Okay, so this is, hi guys, how are you? There's a lot of people here. Anyway, so they've repainted these for Touch of Disney. It doesn't really mean anything as far as the construction of the land goes, but we do have some interesting sight lines to show you. Stuff that I don't remember it being like this when we were shooting construction updates before the park closed. Check this out. Now, I don't remember the sight line looking quite like this. I mean, that's obviously a finished Spider-Man attraction, web suppliers type building out in front, complete with the the mechanism that Spider-Man is going to hang from, or is going to swing from, and then you got the ride facade there. I don't remember seeing this. I don't remember looking at it in this way. I think it might have been because Mater's was closed. That's right, Mater's was closed when they were finishing that part of the build, or that part of the attraction. So it's possible that's why we never really saw it like this. There was giant walls here. So now this is our first look at a clean sight line. Interesting intrusion on Cars Land here. Here's another look through the entrance to Mater's Junkyard Jamboree. I mean, that is quite visible. I would have thought they might try more. I guess you can't. I guess what are you gonna do? Build a giant wall in the back there? But that is quite obvious that you're right next door to Cars Land and Avengers Campus are right next door to each other, very obviously. It gets better. Check this stuff out. Right behind me, right down the center of the street, you can see Avengers Campus still. You can even see the Quinjet and the Avengers, well, what's going to be probably the e-ticket ride. A lot of folks have seen the Quinjet. We've seen the aerial photos and stuff from the hotel balconies, that kind of thing, but this is the closest, best look we've ever seen at the Quinjet. It's for real, it's happening, it's live. And then the building that it's resting on is what is rumored to be, or it would be, the queue, I believe, for the e-ticket when it eventually gets built. Matter of fact, there's concept art that I've seen floating around the Twitterverse of the queue, which I hope to be able to find and include here. But that's the building where the concept art that we've seen for that would be in that building, and then obviously the Quinjet there. You can also see, I remember when Ronnie and I were doing this a while back, we were trying to figure out what they were doing with this construction area right there. They look like ruins, decayed concrete. This is the finished product, so I'm not sure how what this is the transition between Cars Land and Avengers Campus. So it's not going to be show per se. They're trying to ease you into Avengers Campus from Cars Land. So that's all that is. It's just a nice transition. I don't think it has any purpose show-wise, but the Doctor Strange show would be right past it and to its left, I believe. And this area you will be able to, walk this path into Avengers Campus. And then one final note before we leave this section, you can see these two. You guys might remember these billboards that were here before. They were Cars Land billboards, I believe. Low to the ground billboards featuring ads for things in the Cars Land universe. Somebody saw these before they covered them up. Somebody got a picture of what those are. Those are going to be Stark Automotive billboards. 50s era, retro, Stark Automotive, like roadster type vehicles, convertibles or something like that. I can't remember. Yeah, it should be. And so both these billboards are going to show Stark. And it's a nice segue from Cars Land into Avengers Campus. Something else that they were building here while we were away, and the construction had begun, that building behind Luigi's, finished product is so complete that it may not have occurred to you right away that that wasn't here before. When the park closed, that was just steel. And not long before that, there was nothing there, just, power lines, and that's about it. But that actually is the completed administrative building. And I feel like they've done a pretty fine job of blending this into, obviously, into the Cars Land milieu. I should not even say Cars Land. Luigi. The facade here is beautifully done. I didn't have any doubt that they would be able to pull it off, but they did anyway. It looks great. I love the fact they got these Sparky Spark plugs here and the curb feeler. Those are stores on the other side of this building outside of Luigi's, which we can show you here in a second. But they've done a good job here. Now this is an administrative building, as I said. Those are offices actually for Disney staff. Ooh, look. Here's another look at the Quinjet. Let's sneak a peek. Sexy, right? Looking good. So just real quick, that's what I was talking about there. There's Sparky's and the curb feeler, and then obviously Casadilla tires, where Luigi's flying tires, or Luigi's Rollicking Roadsters is presently. Now, as far as Avengers Campus goes, it's not going to be open when Disneyland opens in April or end of April, April 30th. We don't have a date yet for Avengers Campus. I'm going with summer of 2021, because that's what they said earlier this year. We mentioned that in previous reports. Now, what I have been hearing is that it is done, that they're not waiting for it to be finished. It is done, which makes sense because they should be done by now. They really should. So it's not that they're waiting for it to be done. They're just waiting. They want to, I guess they want to give it a little bit more of a, a proper opening so that it's not just blended in with, the rest of DCA opening. It wouldn't have the same pop. That makes sense. I can respect that. I wish it would open because I just want to see the place open, but I understand why they made that decision. So it's not really waiting for anything. We're just standing by, kind of like what they did for Ratatouille in Epcot Center. Although, I mean, obviously, Ratatouille does not rise to the level of Avengers, in which case, I mean, even more so, Avengers should be waiting for a proper opening with more respect, I guess. Now, one thing I was not expecting to find when I arrived on Thursday at Touch of Disney is the scaffolding. Cocina Cucamonga is under a bunch of construction walls and scaffolding. Even though it's open, hey, how's it going? It's open. You can still get your tacos and your agua fresca, but they're just doing, I'm gonna assume, obviously paint, touch-ups, getting ready, getting it freshened up for the opening. Here's another look from across the bay. Standard stuff, I think. I'm not expecting anything major here. Those look like just basic scaffoldings for a paint job. Same you'll see if we flip around and take a look at Ariels Undersea Adventure. They're under scaffolding as well. But just the, I don't know what they called it. What's that structure called? There's a name for it, but I can't recall. This part over here is not under scaffolding. It's possible that they've already finished it, and then they're doing this part next. Now this one, I'm almost positive again that it's just paint. They were actually actively painting when I arrived on Thursday. There were people out there doing work as we spoke, or as we walked by, which suggests to me again that it's nothing major, that it's just a paint job. Now some have asked, they said that Little Mermaid was going to be open when the park opened on April 30th. Will this get in the way of that? No, I don't believe so at all. Something as minor as this is not going to prevent them from opening the attraction on time on April 30th. As a matter of fact, even if they weren't done, they can still open it, because this is not prohibiting anybody from getting in there and enjoying the attraction, as far as I can tell. It's external only, facade. It has nothing to do with the inner workings of the ride. So I think we're in good shape there as far as that goes, but it's going to be newly painted and fresh up for everybody. Now, if you've been to Touch of Disney and you've walked by Grizzly River Run here in Grizzly Peak and you've seen the river empty, or if you've seen reports on the internet that, oh my gosh, they've emptied the river, it's not a big deal. Fear not, they do this every time the parks close like this. They did this, Small World has been drained, Splash Mountain has been drained. I've already seen overhead photos of both of those and they are drained. So this is nothing to be worried about. Matter of fact, seeing the rafts here suggest that they're on standby. If this was under any kind of repair, or if there's any worry about them, not having the ride open, the rafts wouldn't be here. That's not to say that they aren't doing maintenance on the ride on Grizzly River Run. They still very likely could be doing that, as we can see there. There's something happening there, but again, I don't think that this is anything that's going to prevent them from opening the attraction. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure, if I recall, this was on the list of things that they confirmed to be reopening on April 30th. And that was kind of exciting, wasn't it? We just did a live construction update from here inside California Adventure. Hopefully we get to be doing these again on the regular in about a month when the parks reopen. I'm looking forward to that. That's one thing that we definitely will be continuing when the parks reopen, is the weekly construction update. Whether or not I get to be here to do that personally, or I have to use photos or something like that. By the way, I'll put this out there. I'm definitely interested in putting up. Hey, what's up, guys? How are you? Hi. How's it going? I would definitely be interested in getting like a kind of a street team thing. Hi, guys. How are you? Hi. If you're going to be here in the parks, because I'm not going to be able to be here every week. There's no way. Can't do it. I'm thinking maybe once, twice a month at the most. So if you're here in the parks and you have things that you want to share with FreshBaked or with the FreshBaked family, dude, hook us up. Send us an email, freshbakedisney@gmail.com. Send us some photos or something like that when the park opens, obviously. And we'll be sure to include those in our construction updates. Something new happens, anything we need to know about, and you're here to see it, let us know. And we'll be sure to give you guys a shout out, and who knows what else. So thanks for watching with us, guys. We'll see you on the next construction update from FreshBaked. Bye, guys.